Alright, so I want to take a quick look at loops in this video. So as you can see, I have a file already open, and it's open here on the browser as well. So we're just going to go ahead and open our PHP tags, and we basically have around 4 different types of loops. We're going to look at pretty much all of them. So the first loop that we're going to look at is the for loop, and I'm just going to leave a comment there. As you can see, it gave us this IDE gave us a little snippet of what this really does. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and code it out for you. So the syntax is basically for, and let's put a variable like I. This is not really recommended, but just for this purpose we could use I. So we're initializing the I, this variable, to be equal to 0, and now we're saying while. But this is basically the same as pretty much every single programming language. So we're saying while that variable is less than 10, say less than 10, we're going to go ahead and increment I by 1. So we're saying I plus plus. That's just a syntactic sugar version to say I equals I plus 1. And let's just echo out a string. What the hell? Let's store. And I'm going to echo a break here as well, just to give some clarity and some space between these. So let's go ahead and refresh that. As you can see here, we have string. I think I should go ahead and concatenate the number on it as well. I think we can do that by just saying that. Just concatenate the number just to show that they're different. It's going by 2s, but whatever. But that's just basically what the for each loop is. So I'm just going to go ahead and comment this out so that it doesn't interfere with what I'm doing with the rest of the loops. So the second one is the while loop, and again these are just basically the same as the rest of these. And you can see here we get this little snippet of what the code looks like. So let me go ahead and type that out. But first of all, you're gonna initialize the variable outside before you even start the loop. So we're going to say while I, so we're just going to say I is 0, and then we're going to say while or parentheses while I is less than, you can say less than or equal to 0. And what we're going to do is we're going to echo the same thing that is here. I'm going to copy that, paste it, and remove those codes. The next thing that we're going to do is, well, we're not going to do this. What we're actually going to do is put it here. That will be the last thing that we're going to do. So we're going to increment each time the loop runs. So let's save that and reload them on. Change it from string to something, I don't know. And let us reload this thing. And nothing is appearing. Why is nothing appearing? Alright, so okay, this should be 10. Why the hell did that? That should be 10. So you can see here something, I think this should be around 9 times. So that's pretty much it for the while loop. And for our next loop will be the do while loop. So let's just put a comment here and say do while. You see, gives us the something of a, but it only gives us what the while loop, because the do while loop is a little bit different. but I'm going to show you how this is done. So we're going to initialize a variable again before we start this thing, and what we're going to do is we're going to say do, so you know that this one runs at least one time, even if the statement, I think even if it's not true, I think it runs at least one time, if I remember correctly. So what we're going to do is we're going to echo something, something else, and we're going to break all of this as well. And we're going to also increment I by 1. Now, the condition that we're going to have here is that while I is less than or equal to 10, so this should run at least 10 times. So what we're saying here, we want to do this while I, which is 0 now, is less than or equal to 10, and we're incrementing I, so therefore every time it runs, then we're going to get a new value for it. So let's print that out. As you can see here, let's see how many times. 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. As I suspected, this will run at least one time, and then we have the other 10 times. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the most popular loop of all of them, which is the for each loop. So for the for each loop, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna make a variable, well, an array actually. So this array is going to have this is not going to be an associated array, so we're just gonna put some names in this, same names possible as the last video. And what we're gonna do now, the syntax is fairly simple. Should put a comment up here indicating that this is the for each. What we're gonna say is for each people. So we're going to grab this variable that's holding this array, and we're going to say as, we're gonna get like the singular version for this, and we're going to say person. We're going to echo out each person. So we're gonna do here is just echo all the persons in this array here, and I'm going to just echo the break statement here as well, so that they're not jumbled together. Alright, so let's go ahead and reload this, and all three of them should be printed out. And I think, well, we could print them individually, but because we're looking at loops now, this is basically why we're just printing all of them. Okay, so for the next, we're going to get in another example with the associative array, because this loop is the one that is used pretty much most often, so it's something that you will get familiar with. So we're gonna go create an array again, but this time we're going to create an associative array. So we're going to have an email associated with the name. So we're going to say this person is mapped to this email at email.com, and Jose is mapped to this email.com, and someone, or was it something or something? Something is mapped to something at email.com. So these are our values. I won't be looking into the multi-dimensional array because I would have left one of those. The previous video would have had something to do with that. So it's basically the same example here, but this is more PHP. The other one was in a little bit of HTML, but that's my preference, however. So that's pretty much it. So let's do our for each, and for this what we're going to say is for each people as person, then we're gonna get the email, which is the value. So this right here is our array. The person here should be this, and the value here is the email. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna echo and we're gonna concatenate the person to the email. So we're going to say we're going to echo persons, and then we're just going to go ahead and concatenate. Let's put something like the semicolon here. Yeah. And concatenate again. We're going to concatenate the email onto this thing here. Then we're just going to echo the break statement just to get these on separate lines and no jumping. Alright, so let's reload and see what we get. As you can see here, we got these values here. So that is basically it for loops in PHP. They're very simple and they're similar to pretty much every other looping structure or whatever in any other programming language. So the syntax is normally basically the same, similar, or very similar. Yeah, so that's pretty much it for this video. If you found this video useful, leave a like or share. You can subscribe to the channel as well. And if you have any questions, you can always leave that in the comment section and hit that notification bell to never miss a post.